In this quick video guide, I want to show you how you can transform and modify a character in Photoshop using the Puppet tool or Puppet Warp. And it's a pretty fun tool to work with. So you can change the pose and you can change different parts of a character. Now, in this case, I've been looking for here a kind of cat witch character or something like that. So I just to use something, but you can search whatever you want. The important thing is that it has to be PNG, so it doesn't have the background, and it's better when you modify it using the Puppet Warp in Photoshop. So I was looking for a character, and I found this really funny cat with this hat, this black hat, and this is from raw pixels, so you need to go in raw pixels, and it's good for Halloween or other and you find also others if you want, but I've chosen this one here. So if you want the same, just search it, and you see it's public domain. And in my case, I've chosen to download it in a small PNG format. The important is that it has to be PNG. Now you see this was created probably with scalable vector graphics, which is a SVG file. But in this case, I just want to use PNG because what we need to do in Photoshop requires raster image, and PNG doesn't have the background. You can see the transparency is indicated by this checkerboard. So just join raw pixel. You can join for free, and you can download the image down here, free download, or you can get another image if you want. So let's go in Photoshop and let's open up the image. So what I'm gonna do is just open it from here directly, and that's the cat right here, and let's open it. And well, let's just discard the embedded profile and bring it as it is like this. So you see we have also a margin here. If you don't have margin in your file, you can also go with the crop tool, and you can expand here the scene. So you just click on the borders, on the edges, and just click and drag with the left mouse, and you can like make this bigger. And just leave here transparent default, so you're gonna keep the transparent background, and say okay. So now we have more space. And let's go to modify this. Let's go to warp. So I'm gonna go to edit. Make sure you selected the correct layer. In this case, we only have one, so we cannot make mistakes. And then we go to edit, and let's go to the puppet warp right here. So we click, and what it's going to do is going to generate this kind of a triangular structure made of a lot of triangles. And we can make this even more dense and precise by increasing the density here with more points. So what we're doing is like adding vertices in a, again, a structure that can be used to deform our character. So the more triangles we have, the better it will be. And what I'm going to do now is just click with the left mouse to insert some points or some, let's say, control vertices. So usually I go for the head. So this is probably one of the most important parts. And perhaps here we can also like play a little bit with the hat if we want, or the um, ears. And then we have like a body probably. So I'm going to place like a couple of these on the body. And we don't have like arms and legs, but if you do have those, you can try to place the points there if you want to manipulate the various parts separately. Now here the only interesting probably is the interesting part is the tail. So I'm just gonna like place a couple of these on the tail. Now with the PNG, if you like manipulate the tail, it's not gonna affect this other part of the image. So you have a gap here. If you didn't have the PNG, if it was this a JPEG, you wouldn't have like a gap. So if I modify the tail, I will probably also modify part of the head. So this is why it's better to use the PNG. Now that I place these points, I can just click on a point and I can just start to play around. And you can see how I can play with this cat, and I can like deform, and I can change the pose. Now if I click here, I have an extra point. So maybe I can make things a little more interesting, or maybe I don't want this. So I just hold the Alt key and then click, and you can delete that point. So you can play around with this point, especially here with the tail, we can play a lot. Now be careful not to play too much, otherwise this will get really stretched and probably you don't want that. Now if you go near the point holding the Alt key, again, it's gonna rotate. It's gonna give you this, well, let's select this first and then hold the Alt key. You see it's gonna let you rotate this point. And so it's just a fun tool to play with. You just need to go there and experiment and play around. And the more points you will place, the more like control you have on the various parts of the image. And that's basically it. So it's not a complex tool, it's just a fun tool to play with. I'm just gonna say okay here just to conclude. And this is gonna be it for this video guide. I hope you enjoyed. And if you did, please subscribe to the channel. And also, if you want to thank us, if you want to support us, please join the channel as a supporter. And that's it. Go check our other video guides and video courses that we have in the channel. And we have also an entire video course in Photoshop if you're interested. Thanks for watching and see you in the next guide.